Hey, it's Linda here. Let's talk about these object and objection and just little things that you may start hearing constantly. You need a shortcut way to pop that onto the page faster. Well, you could do OB and have that autocorrect to object, and then you could add things to it, like OBF could come out as objective form, and so on. You could add a J for the root word of it, OBJ for objection. So OB could be object, OBJ could be objection, and then just add the back stuff. So I would just recommend something like this. OBJAA could be objection, ask, and answer, for instance. And here's a good one. OBJNC could be objection, not reasonably calculated to lead to the discovery of admissible evidence. Nobody wants to type all that stuff out. But just to say this, when we put them in the autocorrects, the shortcut that we've always used is Alt-TA. In some of the newer versions, when you do Alt-TA, it may pull up something that you didn't want, such as under your review tab. Sometimes it'll pull up your track changes or something, it changes it, it'll underline it or change the color, and you're like, oh my gosh, what did I do wrong? It's just the system. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. But we can always get to our autocorrect table the old way by doing File, Options, Proofing, and then selecting this first box, Autocorrect Options. This is the little box we're wanting. So here we could manually type something in our shortcut on the left and what we wanted to switch to on the right. Or you could type it in your document and copy and just paste it over here on the right. But we'll do one. Let's just do OBJNR, and that could stand for objection non-responsive. So I'm just going to type it in, objection period, space, non-responsive. And then I'm going to click add, okay at the bottom, okay at the bottom again, and I'm back out to my document. So if I typed OBJNR and hit my space bar, you see it popped up. And so just to illustrate how fast this is, OBJNC, I've already coded. See how quick that did? Here's another one, OBJ. We'll do CS. Let's see what we get. Oh, we don't have that one coded, so we need to make that one. OBJF, space bar, see? OBJH, here say. So we need to make us one for OBJCS. So let's just do that. We'll do it this way this time. OBJCS calls for speculation. And I will just shadow that in and right-click copy. Then I'm going to go out to my autocorrect table, and I'm going to do it the slow way so we don't get it any kind of error here. And I'm here, and I'm going to right-click and do paste. So I've typed it in the document instead of into the box, but you get it either way. CS, OBJCS. Add at the bottom, okay, and okay again. Now, when we go back to our document, let's try that. OBJCS, and hitting the space bar. There we go. Just play around with some of these and see what you think about them. And if you like them, start with, a few and try to memorize them. And as I've said before, autocorrects are great, but they're not going to help you if you can't remember what they are. If you don't practice them enough to get them memorized, that's the whole secret to it, where you don't have to stop and look a piece of paper up or think about it. You just know, OBJ, objection. Even if you can't remember the back end, at least you could get that much in, just by typing OBJ. You could get the first word, you see. So just work on these, and I just throw in at the bottom of the court, and we can do those as already formatted if you wanted to. I'll show you how to do that. Let's say that you have tab, the court, colon, space, SUSTAINED. And you want your shortcut to be TCS. Let's see if we have it, TCS. Nope, I don't have it fixed, so let's do that. So if we want to include the formatting, we're going to get on it. When we copy it, let's go backwards and go all the way out. You see that gray? I'm catching those two tabs that way. So it'll be pre-formatted. I'll go copy, and then I'm going to go back out to my little table here. And I'm going to go File Options Proofing, because I've been playing around with it. When I did Alt-TA, something weird kept pulling up. So I said, well, to heck with it. This time, we're going to do our formatted text. And if it's lets you, click that right there. If it doesn't, don't worry about it. Do paste. You see when it went over, you see how it went way over? That's because it included that tab. So let's put in our code, TCS. Let's click Add, OK, and OK again. And when we get out to our file now, when we do TCS and hit our space bar, yep, you see, that's exactly right, TCS. So it not only put in the court sustained, it also put it in colloquy by tabbing it over, just in the position we wanted it. So you can play with those as well and try to see if you can come up with as many shortcuts as you possibly can remember. As you're working along, it's going to speed you up greatly. You'd be surprised how much help it'll be to you. Okay, so I'm going to stop here and I'll talk to you later. Good luck. Have fun making you some autocorrects.